Okay, here we go. Hello, this is Casey.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, good. Hey, I was just gonna laugh. So, if I'd have said agent, you probably wouldn't call me back, huh?
No, because I've been getting a lot of agents trying to persuade me to do other stuff and just put it on the market kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more of like I'm trying to save also the commission money for myself. So I'm an agent myself. So I don't if that's the case, I can just put it up on my end.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I just
100%.
don't need this whole like brochure thing of like what I need to get done. I know exactly what I need to get done, but I just trying to just browse around right now, see if there's more, because right now there's more investors out there than real buyers. So
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's a better time. I agree. The retail market has been tough. I fix and flip a lot of houses too, so I'm with you. It's a little bit more challenging to find retail buyers. And who knows? It always flip flops, right? How
yeah.
long you?
So the only
Good.
reason I'm kind of like got into this jumpy mood is because my right next door neighbor, which has the same 4 bedroom 3 bath as me, sold for 955.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that just, you know, gives me that whole wiggle room of like, okay, now I can actually just kind of think about my equity and just, see what I can do with it. So
Wow. Okay. So your neighbor sold for how much? You said?
955.
Wow. In same size house and everything? Or
Yes.
got it. So if you're just thinking about if you sold, then what would you do? You gonna move somewhere else or buy something bigger? Or?
I'm not sure about on that end, but that end I'm not really like also worried about, because if we do decide, we might just take like this whole summer. We're already thinking about this 2 month vacation next summer, so we're just more on keen of just kind to getting things done and then take a vacation, come back and get a house.
Yes, makes sense. Okay. Nice. But I mean, is that so? So you're an agent, right? You kind of get the game of what we got to do. I mean, is there opportunity for me to make money and flip this thing, or is I can't pay full price as a
Yes. Well, that's the thing. Around that area, there's houses are getting already, in 1.3 ranges for 4 bedroom and three. So for me, it's just more of like, I don't know how much of a flip you need to make, like, to make that 60% to 50% flip back kind of thing. So
got it? Yeah, I mean, our rough rule of thumb for like a cash offer is about 70% of the ARV, right? So if it's worth 1.3, 70% of that minus any work I got to do.
yeah.
But you know what? Here's the other thing I do though is what I often do. Have you ever heard of a novation? It's called a novation with an N.
No.
Okay, that's okay. It's just a more investor lingo thing. It's a way where like if me and you could agree upon like sounds like your number is like around 900K, huh? Is what you're thinking. If you got that much, you'd be like, you know what? If I sell it for that, as long as I could, you don't care what I make after that. Is essentially what you'd be saying. Or
Yes.
yeah. So if you and I guess maybe give me that. So you know what, sir? I didn't even catch your first name. What was your first name, sir?
Orgil, Orgil.
Orgel. That's a good. I have not. I don't know if I've met an Orgel before. Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. Is it a family name or where did it come from?
It's a Mongolian name.
Mongolian name. Okay, nice,
Yep.
nice. So were your parents from Mongolia or grandparents
Yep.
or? Oh, that's cool. Awesome. And how do you spell your last name?
It's gonna be a long one, so
You know what? You
it's
could text it to
J.
me, or you could.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll
sounds good.
just text you my. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
So I just more. So what is that number thing? That so when you do sell it, kind of thing, or is it like?
Yeah, so a couple different ways, right? Like I've done it both ways where I'll actually go fix it up and then we'll pay you on the back end. That's what allows me to pay the most for it, right? Because if not, as you probably know, like a traditional cash offer is sometimes 70%, sometimes less, but
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah. I know.
you get the game,
That's
right?
why I'm just kind of browsing around to see like what are the cash offers,
Yeah.
what is the number, because the number we do have on our end is 350 net, and then after 350 we should be just good.
Oh, good. 350 net. So, wow, is that after you pay off your mortgage?
Yep.
What's your mortgage amount, roughly?
Right now it's 560, 550 range right now.
Okay, we'll call it 550. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Is a mortgage. Okay. So basically, if you got the 350,000 cashed out of this deal, you'd be pretty pumped, huh? Because you'd
Yep.
take that.
That's
Nice. So what are you thinking?
that's
So you're going to take that and take it on vacation and buy a new house. What else you got planned?
probably invest in another condo.
Nice.
So that's just what our plan is. Just sell this one and split it into two. Doesn't
Yep.
need to be a huge house. It can be just a simple house for us, and then maybe like a townhome. But that's just in the future kind of deal, because there's so many new deals going on with the new construction companies. I'm sure you know those, and they give like crazy low amounts of rates for A and P and everything. So
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
I'm just looking into more of those kind of deals, doing like investment kind of deals with those companies.
Got it. Okay. Nice. I like how you're thinking. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, let me play around with, like, I appreciate Orgel, that you're like so transparent. Not everybody and honestly, that's probably the worst part of agents.
Yeah.
They won't share anything, right? It's like, how do I help you
Uh-huh.
if you don't tell me your
Yeah.
situation?
Yeah. It's just people don't tell enough information. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people do have a number, like I usually, when I was the agent, I usually just ask them the real number. Like, okay, like, market can be different or whatever, but the number that they're setting on, or the number they're trying to get back, is the only thing they care about.
Yep.
So
Yeah, but you're
that's
thinking,
just the deal, I'm just running right now.
okay. You know what? This is great. So a couple next steps. Let me do some of my own research. I'd like to get over one of my partners in the area just to go. I mean, you could send me some photos too, but would you be open to letting my partner check it out? Because that, obviously, I got to kind of verify condition and figure out what I can flip it for. I've got a rough idea based on what you told me, but I want to kind of verify everything.
Oh yeah, it's just more of like for me, it's more of like okay, if I do sell it around summer, there's not a lot that I can fully be done, and then I know it's gonna go above 950.
Got it.
So now it's just that number. I'm just kind of like, okay, like, do I sell now, or do I
Yeah.
see the cash offers, or
There you go.
all those things? So I'm just kind of browsing around and seeing what all the numbers,
Yeah, and I see what you mean. It's like, because if you sell now,
higher.
you'd have more time, right? If you get cash now, it allows you to make some moves now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What, you were saying something else? Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's just, yeah, I'm just more on the number of like 350 net.
Okay.
And that's just the biggest number I have in mind. So let's say 950 sell is like what we're looking for.
Yep.
And because that will, bring us the 350. So that's just the
Yep.
number. Because I'm thinking in more sense of like, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. 900. Okay. So yeah,
Sorry.
basically, yeah, no, makes sense. You're thinking like agent commissions and netting closing costs. So you're like, as long as
Yeah.
but that's helpful. You gave me your net number. So, and let me ask you this: if you probably don't care what I sell it for, right? And even, or if I can go find an end buyer if I can find an end buyer at 950 and whatever, yeah, and I make the 50K, and as long as you get your 350, that's all you care, right? Essentially.
Oh yeah, that's
Sweet.
all I care about.
Nice.
But it's just more of like, okay, like, am I going to be paying, out of pocket stuff? Like all those things gotta matter too.
Yeah. So cool.
Because if I put
Okay.
it on the market, they will sell it. Agent probably will sell it around 950 to 975 next year.
Okay.
So they will get a commission out of 6% is what, like 60 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yep. Makes
that's
sense.
just I'm just ballparking that number.
Okay. Got it.
So that's just what it is.
Okay.
If you do have somebody that can just do it quickly, whatever, and then you went out and I went out, that's no problem with me.
Man,
But
I appreciate
if
that.
you're just out there like trying to fish me into a deal so you can get out of it, then it's gonna be very tough.
Yeah. No, I hear you. No, well, here's your commitment. I'll be transparent with you, let you know. That's why that's why I asked you the question. I was like, hey, if I sell it for more than that number, you don't care, and you're honest with me. So yeah, man, you're honest with me. We'll keep it. We'll keep that two-way street going.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, Orville. Well, let's do this. Let me get a hold of my partner, and then I'm probably just gonna. Is it okay if I give him your number and have him text you to figure out a time to go look at the house?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then after he looks at it, then we'll come back and what I'll do then is I'll send you an LOI, a letter of intent, and that way we can kind of, that way we can actually get you a hard offer because I want to see if I can make that number work you're asking for. But you know what? I'll give you the cash offer that's just like right now, and then I'll give you that one where basically you just give me a little bit of time to basically, to get you that 350 net. But anyway, I'll give you a couple options. Does that make sense? And you could figure out, you know what, I like this one, or you know what, I like that one, but I want to change this. Like you can give me some feedback.
Gotcha.
Cool, man. Any other questions for me while you got me?
Nope.
Awesome. Okay. All right, Orville. We'll be in touch soon. It might not be today or tomorrow, but as soon as let me get a hold of my partner, see his schedule, and then I'll have him reach out.
Oh yeah. I don't mind you doing your homework first. So.
Okay. No, I don't want to waste your time.
You probably just got this information.
We did. Yep, within the last hour, but as we like to work fast.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Orville. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll be in touch.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Awesome, guys. So you see some of the notes I kind of kept here on this call. I'm going to share all the recording. But, man, the biggest thing here is, as you can see, you see how I opened up the call and I just like immediately he asked me if I was an agent. So like I figured that was a good way, good something to kind of build some trust and have a I don't know what the word is, fall guy, or have somebody to poke fun at. And it kind of deflected from me, kind of opened him up. And then this guy was very transparent and gave me his number. And you guys could see I was really hinting like immediately when I realized he needed a lot of money up front. That's why immediately I went to Novation because I could kind of tell this guy was already asking for retail value. I mean, just based on this estimates here. And we might be way off, right? And this is why the next step is we need to go find an agent in this market and figure out, is this a deal or not a deal? And if it is, let's go over there. Even if it's not a deal, I think we give the guy some feedback and let him know where he's at. But this is his fat. Like I went from lead, like initially we could have just done not negotiated anything. But I mean, I'll tell you this, if a lead manager or somebody booking appointments or whoever's doing that first call can go that far, again, I don't expect you to negotiate. And I didn't negotiate, right? I didn't say, hey, you know what? I need to get this house. I mean, I did throw out the anchor of, hey, we typically buy at 70% of the value, the after repair value minus repairs. I gave him that number. But I didn't, other than that, I didn't really throw out numbers. You know what? I lied. I did throw, I was like, hey, so if you got about 900 and we got the rest of it, would you be okay with that? So that was another anchor I kind of threw out to get him talking. But you don't have to do all that. But the more you can, the better it is, because now we can hit the ground running. We can go give this to the agent. The agent can give us numbers, and then we can go write an LOI, and boom, we're off and running. And I, like I said, I really teed up Novation as I was talking through that deal with him and kind of started to frame up what it would look like, because I really think that's probably the best exit strategy here. But again, I don't expect every student or anybody working their first lead or is kind of new to direct-to-seller calls to be able to go that far. But again, I understood, I made notes on his motivation, like why he wanted the money, kind of his timeline, a little bit. I didn't get too much in the details of the house, which is great, but honestly, I would rather just have an agent go look at a lot of that stuff. And I mean, some of this stuff is already in Zillow. And then I teed up, hey, I want to get somebody over there to look at the house and kind of go from there. All right, guys, let me know if you have any further questions on this, but hopefully this was valuable to see exactly how to work. Like this lead literally just came in within the last hour. We called him. I got a hold of him. I texted him. He didn't answer right away after I called him twice. So I texted him. He replied back. And guys, that's because he might be looking at 5 other leads right now. Or sorry, he may have submitted his information on 5 different websites. So he's a lead for 5 different people, right? But if I'm the first one to call him back and I just built trust, he might not answer the call for those other people now. I'd be like, hey, I already talked to Casey. Casey's going to come look at it and I don't have to go any farther, right? And he might call those other people, but at first impression, all that stuff, we just want to be the first one to talk to him.